And, you know, a lot of artists out there back then or now don't give musician certain amount of freedom because you're working with top class musicians. You have to allow those musicians to express also, but not out of the bound, you know. But that's all your music is going to have the substance that people like. So Peter never ever said to me, I'm supposed to play it that way or so and so. Whatever, I have the freedom, I would just play it from my heart. And he would just sometimes just come and look at me and smile and singing and smiling. And, you know, that make me feel good. I said, wow, you know, yes, because that's it is. It's like, my brother, you know, even music here in within certain contents of music, you hire a, a player who is a top class player, great. And then you're going to tell that player what to play and how to play it. So you know, you hire that person. You don't need to hire somebody if you have to tell him what and all these things. Yeah, you can give him my ideas. Yes, I would like, you know, so and so. But that person's supposed to have a freedom to come out of himself. That's the way our music's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to come out and play because, yeah, Robbie would do that. You know, Robbie, if you listen to it, then would play some stuff. And Peter, you know, would just enjoy it because Peter know that is something, you know, that this person is bringing out. So yes, with me and Santa, wow, you know, especially with me and Santa because Santa and myself, we grew up together as a little boy playing. So if Santa play a role, I would drop a note as soon as his role is finished. So I know Santa and Santa know me very well. And that's what these new players now. So you have a lot of new players out there that is good, but they don't know how to play together, especially drum and bass. They're they're in competition with themselves. The drummer is in competition playing to prove himself that he's great, and the bass player is trying to prove himself that he's great, which is no which is no coordination between them to make the music sound. Because hey, drum and bass is the foundation, and if you don't have a strong foundation, your building is going to fall down, right? It's going to fall. So your foundation have to be sturdy, great, strong. If it's not strong, then you know what I mean? So that's what we have to do. Just like every music out there in Jamaica, you have the drum and bass that is like a wife and husband, married, you know, locked together and play. Young, what I'm listening right now to, a lot of the music around, young music, I don't hear that. I don't see that. I don't know. I all I see is competition, proving that I can play. Yeah, man, I can play so and so. It's not about how you can play. It's about your groove and what you have to work with to please people who are dancing and people to listen to you and say, wow, you know, nobody's going to be number one. I'm hearing all some of these people say, I'm number one, I'm number one, I'm number one, I'm number one. Nobody said number two. Number one, what? How can you be a number one? And you have thousands of people playing different ways and playing certain things that other people like. You're no number one. You're just contributing something towards the music. It's good or it might be bad. Don't call yourself that. Don't brag. about that. You know, just be happy that you can be able to come comfortable play. And that's what Peter Touch was to me, as he never, ever say anything to me about what I'm playing and how I'm playing. Uh, Not like that. And all this all the critics out there was saying, "Wow, the band sounds great." I'm not saying for just, you know, I'm just saying within a disciplined way. Not saying that's, because you can play, you're going to go up and play all kind of stuff. No, you play within the contents of the music, but you bring out yourself too. That's what Peter, was the person I respect very much. That him allow me to be fully. And him allow Santa to be Santa, and then Santa and fully together would say, yes, this is what we're going to do, and present ourselves to the music and to elevate Peter's legacy and his life and his music. So that's what we were about. I'm sorry, I'm hearing a lot of things going on right now in the music thing that, oh boy, I'm not going to criticize, but because of what it is happening right now, even especially bass, because I'm a bass player, everybody's doing all this slapping and slapping and people don't really dance off that. People dance off a groove. That's why James Brown was one of the greatest. He would kill you with one note. And you dance, oh man, you would dance it. Also, you know, Michael Jackson, beat it, not beat it, thing that boom, 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 boom. That alone, that's the groove people like. Don't like to hear. That's not music to me. There's people out there, it's a kind of showmanship that you can play, and your skills, and you know certain things. So what? When you see these guys, you tell them. It's like, for instance, one quick minute. I was in a record store one day, and this young guy, just happened to be around the bass part section, and this young boy was, doing a whole of slapping and blub, pop, pop, blub, 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 pop. So I sit down, I listen to him, and I said, well, can you give me a groove? Can you play a groove? And him look upon me and say, groove? What you mean by groove? I said, just a groove. He said, man, I don't know. And he was like, oh, man. And I said, okay. Shake me and said, look at that. Look at that. Because see all these people out there that is doing all these solos and playing all these kind of stuff and not knowing. I listened to some great bass player in my life, Ron Carter, Ray Brown, and all these guys, and jazz guys, playing all them play and keep certain things. My other bass player is from Motown, James Jameson, one guy there that plays a lot of Motown on a home. I mean, it's, you just want to dance with his home play. That's what it is, what music's supposed to is. You can dance off people, you dance off certain things. You don't have to sit down and listen. It's like, okay, and why? What? I don't know. Maybe that's what they want. Anyway, I guess I talk too much about that. I don't want to bring any enemy to myself, but that's the way I feel about that.